Okay, Evan wants to open Adelaide Cottage Yarns Advent Calendar number what?
7.
7. Okay, go ahead, Evan. Hold the yarn up to the camera so everybody can see it. Ooh, let's see what the name is. I've forgotten. Wind me a cake on golden twinkle. And there's speckles of brown, yellow, and pink. It reminded me of a cake for some reason, so another play with words there. Say see you later.
See you later.
Okay, this one is by Sweet Sparrow Yarns, day number 7. Go ahead, Evan.
Oopsie.
It's okay. Oh, how pretty that one is. Let's see. Look at that. Really subtle pink and cream. Let's see what this is called. We've got the colorway sheet right here. So day 7 is pajama day, and that is what we are doing today, huh, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
You have your pajamas on, and so does Mama. Perfect. That was fun. I just got done with parent-teacher conference with Aiden's teacher, and all was well with that. She said he's an excellent student and very smart, so that's always wonderful to hear as a mom. And I'm stopping for a coffee at Tim Hortons, of course. And the school was having a book fair in their gymnasium. So I purchased this for Aiden to give to him for Christmas. It's a Harry Potter journal because he just started reading the books. It says Mischief Managed. And then I got him a Harry Potter coloring book. So I'm next for coffee. So I will talk to you later. Okay, so I was saying I got him a Harry Potter coloring book as well. Magical Artifacts. It was on a special price of $5. So yeah, he started reading book 1. I would say about a week ago, and he's on the last few pages, and he's already obsessed. I knew that would happen. He loves to read, and he loves those magical, you know, fiction books. So I knew that he was going to enjoy them. So I'm enjoying that we're both going to be reading them together and get to be Harry Potter obsessed together. So that's a lot of fun. There's not going to be a lot of footage today. I didn't sleep well last night. I haven't been feeling well in general with my spinal cord tumor. I'm having some issues with that. So I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and just kind of lounged on the couch most of the day until we had to leave to go to Aiden's school. So there was not much to capture, so this is not a normal episode. I hope that you enjoy watching the ones prior to this and the ones in the future, but for today it's not going to be much. So yesterday I talked with you about starting a new project to make pillowcases for the boys for Christmas, and I have enough fabric to make 3 pillowcases, not 4. I was hoping to make one for each of the 2 boys and then one for Jason and I. So I'm just going to go ahead and make the 2, and then the rest of the fabric I will put into our new Christmas quilt that I'm going to be making. So I will definitely be showing you that process as well. And as a reminder, this is what the fabric looks like. There's Santa on his sleigh with snowflakes and snow falling down. So I measured one of their current pillowcases to get measurements for these, and for each pillowcases, I need 2 pieces of fabric, 30 inches long by 21.5 inches wide. And that includes the seam allowance and the end where you fold the pillowcase in on itself, the open end of it. So I went ahead and cut 2 for one of the pillowcases and 2 for the second. Okay, so I'm going to start by ironing both of the pieces for each pillowcase. Now, there are so many different patterns out there now that where you can just use one larger piece of fabric to make a pillowcase. But I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. I'm not following a pattern at all. I just kind of took a look at one of the boys' pillows that they have, or pillowcases that they have now, and kind of just doing my own thing. So we'll see how it comes out. I hope I'm not embarrassing myself. Okay, so I just ironed all the fabric for this first one, and then I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold the short end of the fabric over about 1/2 inch and iron it down. Now this is not really a piece of clothing that has to fit perfectly, so I'm not being too particular with measurements at all, actually, because it's just something fun to do. Then I'm going to fold that over again, about 2 inches. And iron that down. This is for the open end of the pillowcase. Perfect. Now I'm going to do this to the other 3 pieces of fabric, and then I'm going to sew right along this edge here, and then I will sew the very top as well. Okay, so now that those are all ironed, I am going to use a size 3.5 stitch to seam. I'm going to actually do both ends. On a lot of pillowcases, you'll see just this part seamed at the very bottom, but I'm going to put one along the top edge just as a little decorative trim. And I have a light blue thread in my sewing machine to go with the blue fabric. And then just be sure to backstitch on both. Okay, so now that those the opening seam is all sewn up, you're going to want to put right sides together on both pieces of fabric for your pillowcase, making sure that the ends that you sewed, the open ends, are facing the same direction. Okay, so now that you have all of the ends clipped together except for the open end where you insert your pillow, right sides together, I'm going to sew along the edges of both long ends and the bottom, leaving this top part open, and being sure to backstitch on all of the ends. Okay, so it's sewn on all 3 edges except for this top open part. And then what I'm going to do before I turn it right side out is clip the corners above the stitches. And this just reduces bulk in the corners by getting rid of some of that extra fabric. So you only have to do that to the 2 bottom ends. And then you turn it right side out. First I'm going to clip these threads. And then you turn it right side out and you have a pillowcase. I'm just going to iron it